It's a quick demonstration just to prove you do not need fancy art materials to produce artwork. All I've got here is a piece of cartridge paper that's come out of the printer and a biro. With the biro, holding it like I do a standard pen, if I just did that kind of thing, it's exactly like you expect for writing. You're getting the same tone as you would with your writing. That's just using a standard pressure on there. If, however, I barely touch the paper and I tickle the paper, see how much fainter I can get that mark. So out of the one pen, with the pressure you're using, the downward pressure you're using, you should be able to get lots of tones. So if I tickle, I'm going backwards and forwards here, if I tickle the paper, I'm nice and faint, and gradually just going to add a little bit more pressure, and a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more. And you see how we get lots of tones going across there, right from white paper, getting pale marks, coming darker and darker and darker on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the pen on the paper and make marks like this. Leave the pen on. You don't have to take it off. Leave the pen on. Where you want the darker tone, this darker tone here, if you wanted to go darker, I'm just going to crisscross, change the direction and keep working over that one area. And again, look how much darker that goes than just the straight lines. Working over one area all the time, so you get darker and darker. So, how does this work as we're producing shapes? You can use a pencil. If you've got a pencil you want to make a draw a quick sketch, you can do. But all I'm going to do with this is I'm going to go for a round shape. Your hand naturally makes an arc. Okay, your hand, where you bend at your wrist, your hand naturally makes an arc. So what I'm going to do, I start lightly. I'm going to start quite light here. I'm going to naturally do an arc. I'm doing lots of little sections of line rather than long lines. Lots of little lines. Just going, so I'm going backwards and forwards, leaving the pen on. Backwards and forwards with the pen. And I'm turning now. My hand is starting to twist and contort too much now. So rather than doing this, what I'm going to do instead is turn the page, and I can leave my hand quite freely working on there, so working little arcs coming round like that. Okay, that's pretty much all of one tone at the moment. There's a couple of odd marks in there, a little bit darker, but we want to try and get some more tone in there, some darker and lighter shades. I'm barely touching the paper here, and what I'm going to do is just start in that darker area and walk this way with light marks. I'm just going backwards and forwards, scribbling, crisscrossing. I can come across that way and just lightly tickling on there with that. In this area here, I'm going to go a little bit dark. I'm going to say gentle. Press on a little bit more, go a little bit darker. And then as I walk that way, lift off the pressure so that the tone fades nicely and smoothly into the rest of it. Turn your paper. I'm going quite dark here. I'm going to walk forwards and lift off the pressure so it's tickling, getting paler as we go around there. I did that. You're starting to get an arc. At the moment it's just like a half moon shape. I wanted this to go a little bit fuller. I might just extend that area there. I might extend that area there. And eventually your eye will start to see a circle. I'm going to sit this circle on a surface, So I'm just going to go short and dark down here. Everything that sits on a surface creates a shadow. I'm going to just do that and let that shadow just fade off, taper off over there. If your circle isn't quite a full circle, don't panic, because very easily I could start to bring that in like that, just light marks. And how does this become an object? We do that. And we do something like that to create an object. If you carry on doodling with this picture, you could do another one here. And let's go for a different shape. And again, starting with the dark and pressing on there, and as I walk into the middle of the object, I'm going to just lighten my pressure so the lines get fainter. Turn your paper and work across. I'm a bit darker just in there because I'm going to create a shadow from the front object. Backwards and forwards, just scribbling. Doesn't matter if your lines curve at all. Let's go for another. I start to kill some lines from the inside out. Go for another stalk.